More than 20% of Delaware County lives in poverty. Tonight at 9, we'll tell you about the organization working to fix this problem.
And acquitted on all charges, we've got the latest on the impeachment of President Donald Trump.
And looking at, we have a winter weather advisory across much of Indiana. I have more information coming right up.
From the heart of Ball State University, live from the Unified Media Newsroom, NewsLink Indiana starts right now.
Tonight, roads are icy as freezing rain pelts Muncie and surrounding areas. We have live team coverage for you tonight from our weather team. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for being here with us on this busy night. I'm Tyler Brumman.
And I'm Annie Keystone. We're going to go ahead and begin tonight outside with NewsLink Indiana weather forecaster Michaela Cooper. She joins us outside the Teachers College. Michaela, what's it like out there?
Hello Cardinal viewers, we are live outside the Teachers College parking lot here to bring you the current weather in real time. The winter weather advisory is in full force this evening and leading into tomorrow morning. So be sure to give yourself a little bit of extra time in the morning to scrape all this thick ice off of your windshield and to navigate those slippery roads and reduce visibility that your morning commute is inevitably going to bring. Stay safe, bundle up, and be warm out there. Reporting live from the Teachers College parking lot, Michaela Cooper. Back to you.
All right, Michaela, thank you so much. Looking like a dangerous situation out there.
Absolutely, and let's go ahead and get right over to our weather forecaster right in here, Joseph Williams, to talk about the winter weather advisory in effect. Joseph?
Thank you, Ann. Thank you for inviting me. When I talked to Mother Nature, her response was to slap a big old winter weather advisory on top of Indiana, including all the viewing area here, including Delaware County. And that's because we have this system that's been moving through for the past couple of hours that's been bringing rain, bringing freezing rain and sleet throughout the viewing area. Right now there's a break. And then, well, this system is actually going to continue on for the next few hours. I'll have more information coming right up.
Joseph, thank you. And we'll have an update on the weather conditions a little bit later, but for now, something you can do inside. Ball State and Muncie Community School families, employees, and students could get their taxes done for free. This is thanks to BSU accounting students. To be eligible, your income has to be less than $56,000 per year. These students go through hours of IRS certified training and exams before they're able to file your taxes. The tax filings are also reviewed for accuracy by an experienced accountant. This federal program is now open and continues through April 10th.
Also tonight, did you know 21% of residents in Delaware County live below the poverty line? That's higher than our national average of 13%. With alarming statistics, Second Harvest Food Bank is doing their part in bringing awareness to Ball State students. NewsLink Indiana's Marley Thomas has the story for us.
The Ball State Student Center looked a little different this week. Second Harvest Food Bank held a poverty simulation on campus. Each participant was given a new identity and then placed into a group that would be their family. The goal of the activity was to see if participants could live in poverty for a month. Dorcia Watson, the community engagement manager for Second Harvest, says there's a lot to learn when participating.
What someone would understand when they come through this, it actually helps build empathy. What someone would understand is what happens when your resources are low, but your stress level is high.
Stations were set up throughout the room, one of which was a bank, where participants could apply for a loan, pay their loan, and even cash their checks.
Right next to me, you've got a grocery store, so you can cash your check here and go buy groceries. We've got a school. You've got a mortgage company, social services, just like a regular little town.
With different financial situations and living conditions, each family had their own struggles.
Well, we decided to let the bank repo the car. So that gives us $200 more.
Watson says Second Harvest will be holding another poverty simulation at Ball State next month. She believes this event is very beneficial.
So this opportunity today allows students who may otherwise never encounter poverty to see what it's like to have that heightened level, that heightened sense of awareness constantly.
At this time, Watson believes they will have room for 80 people to participate in next month's event. In Muncie, Marley Thomas, NewsLink, Indiana.
And Watson says the Ball State College of Health will be partnering with Second Harvest for the event next month.
And the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention will distribute 400 test kits for Wuhan coronavirus. Each test kit can perform up to 800 patient samples. It can detect the coronavirus through swabs. Half the kits will go to domestic labs and half will go to international labs. The extra kits mean local health officials will be able to confirm cases themselves rather than waiting for the CDC. Previously, the CDC was the only lab in the U.S. able to test for the new coronavirus.
Disney is also feeling the impact of the coronavirus. The company says it could take a $280 million hit from park shutdowns in China. Disney warned of the potential current quarter hit in its earnings call Tuesday. The company also says the coronavirus will negatively impact its results for the fiscal year as a whole. The outbreak prompted Disney to suspend operations at some of its facilities in China last month. Disney says properties in Hong Kong and Shanghai are closed indefinitely. A Muncie man is giving back his impact on foster care in Delaware County after the break.
And a busy week in Washington. We've got the latest from today's acquittal next.
Riding the bus is an easy thing to do. Last year, we carried 60,000 riders from the Ball State area. 50,000 of those were students. Anywhere you want to go, Mitts will take you there.
So, I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. This story is just so inspiring, Annie. A Muncie advocate is reaching out into the community to give something back to children in the foster care system, that being their voice.
NewsLink Indiana's Brittany Dobbins tells us how he is using his firsthand experience to give them back the power they deserve.
I was locked in my room and with the barrel bolt lock.
These are just some of the living conditions children in the foster care system live under.
As a kid, I was pretty resourceful. I used a flathead micro screwdriver and put some sticky mousetrap, attached it to the end of that flathead screwdriver, and there was just a sliver of a crack in between the door frame where I could stick the flathead to the bolt and like slide it up and push it over just so I could go to the bathroom, so I didn't have to go to the bathroom on my floor. And then I could let my sisters out who were also locked in their rooms so they could use the restrooms.
Matthew Pfeiffer, along with his twin sister Lanessa and younger sister Emily, were adopted when Pfeiffer was 2. They then moved to Indiana, where he says they suffered through 13 years of abuse by their adoptive parents.
No matter where we were, no matter the picture we took, we were either hugging each other or holding hands. That's how close us three were. Like I like to say, we were like 3 peas in a pod. And unfortunately, when we got into foster care, we sort of drifted apart.
Pfeiffer then moved around to 8 other homes in 2 years.
So all your belongings going in trash, it makes you feel like trash as a young person.
Once he turned 18, he started working 3 jobs.
It was at a truck stop, Walmart, and Steak and Shake, so they had break rooms. So a lot of times I would sleep in the back.
Just a month after his sister Emily turned 18 and aged out of the system, she committed suicide. And that's when Pfeiffer's advocacy sparked.
I've been trying to partner a little bit with Ball State, the theater department, to help reenact some of the scenes I've been through, so we can put that on a DVD and send that to all the law enforcement academies in the United States.
This idea won the 22-year-old Ball State freshman the nationwide T-Mobile Changemaker Challenge Award. He will get help to shape and further his idea from T-Mobile's headquarters. Pfeiffer even helps guide people like Michelle Eisinger, who also grew up in the foster care system, to start their own advocacy.
I want more of us to have a chance to do that and not to give up so easy, because there's more to life than the first 10 years after foster care.
After all the years of negativity and abuse Pfeiffer has gone through, he does not quit to honor his late sister Emily.
And I've been trying to, carry her torch and make sure that her memory doesn't die. She was my hero, so now I'm trying to live up to her expectations and carry her torch, so to speak.
He's the voice for kids.
Never give up, so there's always a light at the end of the tunnel.
In Muncie, Brittany Dobbins, NewsLink, Indiana.
Oh, wow, just so uplifting there. Pfeiffer says the biggest obstacle he faces is community support and engagement. If you would like to find out more about his efforts, go to avoiceforkids.com. Annie?
And President Donald Trump delivered his third State of the Union address to the nation from the U.S. Capitol yesterday. The president highlighted what his administration has done. He began with the economy and then went on to say that the state of our union is the strongest it's ever been. Republicans agreeing, some of them chanting and cheering things like 4 more years. And tension was visible between President Trump and the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi. It started with Pelosi extending her hand for a handshake with no response. It then ended with Pelosi ripping up her copy of the president's speech and tossing it to the side.
Also in Washington, the impeachment trial into President Donald Trump is now over. The vote to remove the president from office failed earlier this afternoon. Steve Nannis has the latest on what happens next.
It is therefore ordered and adjudged that the said Donald John Trump be, and he is hereby, acquitted of the charges in said articles.
After a months-long investigation and a 3-week-long trial, the Senate has voted to acquit President Donald Trump in just the 3rd presidential impeachment trial in U.S. history. The Wednesday afternoon vote coming after a contentious, mostly partisan trial. Democratic House managers accusing the president of abuse of power and obstruction of Congress, saying he withheld aid from Ukraine in exchange for an investigation into former Vice President Joe Biden and his son.
When the president tries to coerce an ally to help him cheat in our elections and then covers it up, we must say enough.
The president and his legal team maintaining he did nothing wrong and that there was no grounds for removal.
We've never been in a situation like this in our history. We have an impeachment that is purely partisan and political.
The Senate rejected a Democratic-led effort to call witnesses and subpoena documents last Friday, setting the stage for the conclusion of the trial.
Mr. Romney, guilty.
The only Republican to break ranks with his party on the final vote, Senator Mitt Romney. The president did not mention impeachment in Tuesday's State of the Union address, but throughout the entire impeachment process, he and his closest supporters have maintained that the trial should come to a swift end. In Washington, I'm Steve Nannis reporting.
The president tweeted this afternoon to say he would be making a statement tomorrow about his impeachment and acquittal.
And Twitter says it will label or remove tweets that include doctored videos or photos that were created to mislead people. Images we also know as deepfakes. They're edited deceptively to discredit or embarrass political figures. The company says the determination about labeling or removing tweets will be based on 3 criteria: the extent to which the clip or image has been manipulated, whether the tweet is being shared in a misleading way, and whether it is likely to cause harm or threaten the public safety. The change comes amid concerns about deceitful posts, videos, and photos on social media.
And making a turn now, you know that weather has just been frightening out there. I know that we're dealing with some ice. Joseph, the big question tonight, is this dangerous weather going to continue?
Well, right now, fortunately, we're on a break with the weather system right now, but we might see some more showers coming up. I'll explain exactly what that means right after break.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
One in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother, you, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse,
Yes.
you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. With early diagnosis, pre-diabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Welcome back to NewsLink, Indiana. You know, it's just downright nasty out there. Of course, DPW, they've been out there treating the streets. So the big question, are people going to continue to see this weather continue?
I'm going to say yes to that. It has been a pretty nasty day out for today. It's been cold. It's been nasty. I think we all can agree on that. Right now, we are under a winter weather advisory across parts of Indiana, across all of central Indiana, including, but not limited to, all the counties that are shown here, including Delaware County. And that's because we've been having freezing rain and sleet moving in. And pretty much the reason we've been seeing all that frozen precipitation is it's been cold outside. Right now, temperatures are more or less in the upper 20s to low 30s, including 31 in Indianapolis. So it's pretty much been cold out for today. And those cold temperatures are expected to continue on throughout tonight. We expect a temperature of 28 degrees. And as I mentioned before, freezing rain and sleet will continue on into the night. Let's time that out a little bit to see what I mean by that. Pretty much most of the freezing rain and sleet will end up being north and the south of us, although some frozen rain will actually fall in our viewing area. Notice that by 6 a.m., you'll still see some sleet and freezing rain in Jay and Randolph counties. So if you happen to be in those counties at 6 a.m. and you're getting up, you might want to be careful while driving around in general. And looking at an afternoon, pretty much most of the frozen rain would be gone. However, we're going to see some snow flurries across all of our viewing area, including snow flurries in northwestern Madison County. So make sure that you're driving safe and you're staying safe as you're heading out for tonight. And again, with winter weather preparedness in general, just make sure that you bundle up and you keep an eye on the gas tank if you're heading out for a long drive, and to prepare an emergency kit because, again, those roads could be icy and you don't know whether those conditions could be dangerous. The other major story is that after the snow moves out, it's still going to be cold outside, so you definitely want to keep it bundled up. Thursday afternoon, you're going to see temperatures more or less staying at the freezing level, and that's where we're going to see those snow showers in the first place. Those freezing conditions, temperatures will drop below 32 degrees for around by 9 a.m. on Friday. It's still going to be below 32 degrees, so you're definitely going to want to keep a jacket on you, and combined with gusty winds, it's going to be even colder outside. So again, stay warm. In summary, it's going to be pretty good. Looking at the mid-7-day forecast, pretty much in the Thursday and Friday, Thursday and Friday, it's going to be pretty cold outside. You'll see some rain and snow precipitation for those 2 days. Saturday and Sunday, that system's going to move out, and it's just going to result in some pretty cloudless skies. And by Monday, we're actually going to go back to around rain showers moving in before we end up seeing some more rain showers Wednesday. But on the bright side, we do see a slight warm up during that time, rising up to the low 40s. So at least it will be a slight warm up. But
this week so far has been total night and day. I'm glad we didn't get too used to that gorgeous weather on Monday because it came abruptly to a stop today.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Obviously, we're hoping that those warmer temperatures come back. Joseph, thank you so much. And as we bring Darius into this now, Monroe Central, they have a wrestling standout, and tonight we're hearing from that athlete.
Yeah, and also we have the latest on high school girls basketball sectional. Stay right here. Sports is next.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to theshelterpetproject.org and meet if you are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener who loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to theshelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Problems. The ones nobody talks about at cocktail parties. We go looking for them. No matter the obstacles, no matter the odds, we surround a community's most critical problems, and we fight. United Way fights for the health, education, and financial stability of every person in every community. Will you?
It doesn't take a scientist to cure hunger or a fancy economist to create safe housing. It takes imagination, creativity, sweat equity. And I think of kids going to school hungry. Hunger, homelessness. In this land of plenty, seriously? Come on, we could fix this. Help out, or don't. The choice is yours.
Weeknights, NewsLink Indiana brings you the news before you go to bed.
But Friday mornings, you're waking up with Cardinal weather. We've got the latest news headlines.
Freezing temperatures have set in all the way down in Louisiana.
One man dead after flooding in Venice, Italy.
Up to the minute weather conditions.
Cold temperatures are the story this morning.
And of course, lots of fun.
Andy Keister, former cheerleader, up top right here.
I do have, I don't know if you can see it, a toucan this morning?
Toucan, the Fruit Loop guy.
Join us Friday mornings at 8 on Facebook Live.
Starting in wrestling today, one Monroe Central senior has been winning quite a bit, but just how much has he been winning? NewsLink Indiana's Jake Merkel went to Monroe Central and rolled out the mats with the Golden Bears.
A perfect 37-0 record this season and a sectional win on Saturday aren't the only accolades for Monroe Central senior Logan Swallow. He also became the all-time leader in wins for Golden Bears wrestling. After Saturday's sectional victory, Swallow broke the record that Tyler Jones set just last year. Swallow talked about his relationship with Jones and breaking his former teammate's record.
I mean, he kind of knew. I mean, I've performed, I think, over what I was supposed to in the beginning of the season, but he had a good idea that if I had the year I had last year, that I was going to break it.
While wrestling is the sport he broke the record in, it's actually football that is in Swallow's future as he signed on to play at the University of Indianapolis. While this creates a busy schedule, head coach Kevin Driscoll hasn't experienced any issues so far.
We never had no problem. I mean, never come, but you know, as far as what he does here, if they lift weights, which we need.
Despite his success, wrestling has taught Swallow many lessons throughout the last 4 years, and he'll look to take those lessons with him as he moves forward in life.
There are some great lessons that you can learn from sports, one of which being you're never as good as you think you are. And I think that's a term coined by one of our coaches.
Swallow's biggest goal? To be the first Golden Bear in history to take home a state championship before he graduates. In Muncie, Jake Merkel, NewsLink Indiana.
Swallow will have a chance to complete that goal this Saturday at the state championship. Girls sectional 24 is still going on tonight. After Winchester put a beating on Newcastle last night, Game 2 and 3 will be played tonight between Delta and Muncie Burris, as well as Yorktown squaring off against Hamilton Heights. The winners of those games will be squaring off on Friday evening. Ball State football team has added 7 new players to the roster during its National Signing Day. Chris Ajumang, Jake Blanco, Justin Campbell, Quinn Magwood, Keontae Newsom, JT Wahi, and Lucas Burrow, a punter from Australia, joined the 2020 recruiting class, bringing the total to 22 recruits. Along with the new recruits, Ball State also promoted the assistant Joey Haliski to quarterbacks coach. Ball State will open next season on September 3rd at home, where they will face Maine. The Ball State women's softball team's 46th season is now in full swing as of this weekend. The Cardinals are set to open this weekend on the road. The team is set to open up their season with a host of games this weekend. They start Friday in Lafayette and travel to Lake Charles and then back to Lafayette. This is an early start to the season, but it's only the second earliest start in program history. Game time is set for the matchup at Friday at 3 o'clock at Lafayette. and it's a pretty early start for them, but I'm pretty sure it's something they're pretty much used to.
Yeah, we're hoping that they have a good start to the season. Hopefully they can get off to a fast start and get some wins on their record, so we're looking forward to it. Darius, thank you so much. And, you know, myself and Annie, we actually picked out some stories for you tonight, and here's my story. One beer company is helping dogs across the country. I've got that story after the break.
And one woman who is bringing music to the next level, that's up next.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi. Can you help me?
I got it.
Thank you.
No problem.
Just like the rules to surviving Zombieland, there are steps you can take to be prepared for an emergency.
It's the right thing to do.
Talk with your family to make a plan. Look for safe areas to meet up if separated. And stock up on supplies. It's never too early to get prepared, so start now.
Right now?
Right now. You can't predict emergencies, but you can be ready.
You're welcome, America.
Visit ready.gov today to learn more.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back to NewsLink, Indiana. Now it's time for our anchor pick stories. And you know, I know me and you, we're both dog lovers here. So I love this story. Coors Light, they're encouraging you to ditch the stuffed animal this Valentine's Day and chill with a dog and a beer, of course. Instead, the company is offering $100 to cover dog adoption fees. The deal is available to the first 1,000 people between now and February 21st. Of course, you must be of legal drinking age and submit a receipt of adoption to Coors Light via text message. The offer is valid in some states, but good news, it's available here in Indiana. So
You know,
I know
it's certainly a cute idea there, but that $100 fee cover is a fantastic
absolutely.
incentive.
And I have 2 new dogs. You've got Jonesy,
I do. I've
your
got
new dog. He's
new
so
little
cute, by the
puppy
way.
Jonesy.
Can we
He's
just mention, by the
adorable.
way, how he was on his best behavior the other night?
He's
when we were watching
fantastic.
the
Had a
Super
great
Bowl?
time at the Super Bowl.
And I know you love this story here about some piano playing, right?
Oh, of course, Ruth Everson loves music just like anyone else, but especially the piano, and so much so that she's done 98
What?
years of it. I can't imagine doing anything for 98 years, but this 103-year-old named Ruth Everson puts on a daily recital during lunchtime in her assisted living home in Minnesota. At 5 years old only, she began her lessons, and her parents even sold a cow to buy her first piano, if that really dates it for you. Of course, she has taught all the way down to her great-grandkids how to play piano, and while the audience has changed over the years, Ruth plans to continue playing as long as she can. Ruth says, quote, "You meet a lot of people playing the piano, and I'm a people person. I like to be happy." And a fun fact about Ruth, they say she also fishes, and she will catch anything that swims her way. And what a well-rounded woman.
Yeah, I wish we could get Ruth here to maybe have a little concert for us.
I'd
because,
enjoy it.
Yeah, and I'm sure she's great at what she does. And I know, Joseph Williams, you're great at what you do.
Yep.
And that music, not music to our ears by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, but I am great at this. We got 70% chance for snow tomorrow and a 30% chance for Friday. So in short, we're going to probably see some snow for tomorrow and for Friday. We're going to see calm conditions for Saturday and Sunday as that system finally moves out before we end up seeing some more rain chances for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. On the bright side, we will see a slight warm up, so at least there's that. to cheer you up.
Yeah, we love that warm up. Again, if you plan on heading out tonight, please stay safe. And of course, we're going to continue to keep you updated on those weather conditions. But for now, that's going to do it for us here on NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to join us again tomorrow night at 9 on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page.
And for news anytime, anywhere, go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night.